shall fall!
The Battahl Knights use this place to train. You're not one of us, so I cannot imagine you've any business being here. Pray, leave us in peace. Oh? You believe we ought to evacuate? Well, you've traveled far indeed to deliver these tidings. Farther, I dare say, than anyone would go for the sake of an idle jest. If we must leave, we shall have to begin preparations at once. But I think we're a bit short on hands to attend to all that must be done. In fact, there's a rather delicate matter that I could use some help with. A blacksmith and his wife dwell on the encampment outskirts. Might you escort them here, so that they can join the evacuation? The smith, Gustava, is a man of good sense. But as for his wife, well, suffice to say, Cleuna has always been a contentious sort. She'd have naught to do with us, given the choice, and isn't likely to take kindly to the arrival of any of my knights on her doorstep. I can only hope that she will be more willing to listen to you, a third party, as 'twere. And while you're taking care of that, I will see to it that the encampment is made ready to depart with all due haste.
Ah, I remember the blacksmith and his lady wife well. I only hope we can convince them. To join the evacuation.
Right you are. I'll gather this. It might be of use.
We must make haste. The red clouds draw ever near.
We ought to choose our next destination based on the movements of the clouds. By magic, imbue your weapons with the fury of the elements.
That was superb, Arisen.
When charged, be sure to avoid open flame.
elves to you. Thank you, Master. I only hope I did not disappoint. Pray, light your lantern. Are only truly defeated when their skulls are smashed beyond repair.
Well now, whatever brings you here? These are perilous times to be wandering about. You'd have us evacuate with the encampment? I am touched by your kindness, friend, but we'll manage on our own. I couldn't bear to be pressed in among those crowds.
Now, I'll hear none of that. I'll see you to safety, my dear, come hell or high water. Besides, I should hope this good soul has earned your trust by now. Helped me out of a tight spot on more than one occasion, if you'll recall. After all that goodwill and the long trek out here to warn us, we'd seem mighty ungrateful, turning our back on another helping hand extended only in kindness.
Oh, very well, my love, if you insist. It seems we'll be accepting your offer after all, friend. Would you be so kind as to escort us to our destination?
Let us see our charges to the encampment. But be mindful. The path seems much changed since last we walked it.
Outstanding.
I've just had a thought. Master, your abilities as a Mystic Spearhand never failed to—
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
Well done. Prepare yourself.
goblin!
Fire's fury shan't be evaded this time.
I will protect you. Here, an enchantment of cold to freeze our foes.
Mayhap you will think this a trifle, but ours is a party of women, by and large.
And yet, no two of us are the same.
Lay down your arm before you hurt yourself. Yes, Master.
There. Methinks a supply ought of use. We ought to take a closer look.
Now here's a surprise.
A splendid discovery.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Together now, the attack at once. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Let my magic use the weapon of the fury of the elements.
This foe shall fall by my hand.
Oh, what does this say?
Let's have a look then.
was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes. The month I spent with Lord Phasus was a queer experience indeed. I was conscious of nothing. Nothing that is, save your presence, Master. Full glad I am that we have been reunited.
Glad as this reunion is, it must have been a shock to find the world so changed upon your waking. Tis a ballista, Arisen.
'Tis not how we use this, but when that counts. I imagine 'twould be most beneficial in combat.
Well, here we are. How long before the evacuation begins, I wonder?
Would you find Sir Ernesto and tell him we've arrived? Let him know that we'll wait here till the time comes.
Sir, I implore you to reconsider. Surely you can see that the situation is dire.
How many times must I say it? I'll not be ordered about. Not by ye, not by anyone. Now bugger off and leave me alone.
Ah, good. You're back. I'm afraid there's another matter for which I must beg your assistance. It concerns the fellow I was just speaking with. Sir Lamond, his name is. The man's something of a regular at our hot springs. I sought him out to tell him of the evacuation, but he has flatly refused to join us. I must confess, I'm at a loss as to how I might convince him. Could I prevail upon you to try your hand? At this point, methinks anything I say will fall on deaf ears.
Sir Lamond is as mighty as 100 soldiers. 'Twould be reassuring to have his aid. Shall we speak with him?
Right you are.
Fancy a gander? I find good.
Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the volcano growing more active of late as well.
Always a pleasure.
Our packs are heavier, and our purses far lighter.
We've a journey to prepare for after all. We can't afford to cut corners.
Fancy meeting ye here, cuz. Did you want something? Not this again. I'm here to live my life as I see fit. I'll not be ordered about by anyone. Not even ye. Oh, bollocks. Of course you'd make a decent request like that. Aye, fine. I'll do it. Seeing as you're the one asking. Can't say I'll be glad to leave this place behind, but you've my word. I'll get them to safety.
Sir Lamond shall be a boon to the evacuation effort. Let us inform Sir Ernesto of our success.
You have my support.
I must earn whose faith?
You lost your mind?
I cannot thank you enough for all you've done. We shall fare much better on the road with Sir Lamond's arm to defend us. 'Twill be slow going, mind. We have wounded whom we must accommodate. Yet, come what may, I swear to see them all to safe harbor.
This right now. I'll not stick my head where it'll get cut off.
Now, how best to proceed?
A ballista is a ranged weapon.
This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
It is frightfully warm here. The result of volcanic activity, I expect.
Remain focused. A clouded mind shall serve you poorly in an ambush.
Materials, eh? I shan't deny, they have their uses. My talents lie in combining material. There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use. There, Master! Fantastic!
Holy attacks will serve us well here. Let my magic grant you an elementary wound. You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
thwarted? I cannot say. Go forth, Talos. May you strike down any dragon in your path.
The statue has stirred from its slumber. Where will it go now? It does not appear poised to attack us. Let us keep watch for the time being. Avoid flame at any cost, Arisen. You can douse with oil. I sustain is yours to me. The statue halted the cloud's advance. Did the pawn within impel the statue to action?
We seem to have arrived without issue. But are we safe here?
Since times of... Remember, draconic... Blood flows through the veins of... Then I bid ye farewell.
Oi! I saw it first. Trust a flea-ridden hide to take it all for himself.
Why must I share with a fangless one? This is no more your food than Battahl is your land.
You there! You couldn't have come at a better time. Put this upstart in his place for me, won't you? Go on, lay into it. If that's what you think, why don't you mind your own business?
All right, clear off. Pretty words shan't fill our bellies.
You said it's bad to hurt people. Wow! Thanks, sir. Say, Rakim, would you like some? I can't eat all this myself.
Really? Thanks. That's mighty kind of you. If only our fathers could do the same.
Oi, leave my kid alone.
You're not some child snatcher, are you?
Wait. You shared your food with them. Thank you, sir. As for you, Nomos, it would seem we were both but looking out for our children, eh?
Aye. Mayhap we're not so different after all. And we both had children fed. We've no reason to quarrel.
The desire to protect one's kin transcends race and culture. It just goes to show, we are none of us so different.
That was certainly worthwhile.
I've had well enough of your nitpicking.
I reckon the world would be better off without you.
Oi, you! Don't go poking your nose in our business. This is between us.
Aye, leave off or we'll make you.
A curative ought to do the trick.
Teach me to stick my nose where it doesn't belong. Don't let me down.
Have you lost your bloody mind?
Reckon you can just cut us down in the street? What's the matter with you? Eh? Fine, fine. We'll set our squabble aside for today, so bother us no more.
Interested in my wares? Pleasure doing business.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
That's not happening. Got my hopes. That's not happening.
I cannot begin to fathom what will become of the world after this.
In truth, I cannot help but fear what lies ahead. Certainly, Arisen. How might I be of aid?
That's not happening.
As for me, my work here is far from done.
What am I supposed to do? That's not happening. What's the matter with you? Eh?
Consarn it!
I appreciate them.
That's not happening.
Leave off.
That's not happening.
You're just riding on your father's coattails!
You slander my honor, sir! I demand a duel. This is no business of yours. Be gone!
Now, Narborough, let's not be too hasty. If we are to duel, we ought to have a witness. Otherwise, who's to say the victor fought with honor?
Aye, true enough. Without a witness, either of us could simply kill the other, then disavow the use of any underhandedness. Well, sir, what say you? Will you watch over us while I take this scoundrel to task? This knave dared to slight my honor. He said my swordsmanship was hardly fit to wound a training dummy. The bloody nerve of him.
And I'd say it again. 'Twas your dear father's patronage that made you a sentinel, not your own skill.
You have my gratitude, sir. Let us delay no further. Come, Scario. Prepare yourself.
Have at you!
Stay back, lest you get caught in the fray.
Have you lost your wits? Keep your distance!
Keep back! I do not wish to injure you.
I'll take any chance.
That's rather
Don't let them get
I don't fancy my chances.
Days. You dare violate the sanctity of our duel!
Trust in yourself as I trust in you! Wait, what? Me? Scared? Not on your life.
I admit it. I underestimated your skill. The loss is mine.
Nay, 'twas I who underestimated you. I'd thought to score an easy victory, but you fought fair and capably.
We owe you a debt, sir. 'Tis on your account that we've seen some sense. Were it not for your timely appearance, I'd wager this nonsense might have cost one of us their life.
Indeed. Better to hone our respective skills than take up arms against petty slights, I say. It seems some things can only be resolved by crossing blades. But I doubt they'll quarrel again after this.
'Twas a pleasure to recount such good tidings.
Ah, Sir Arisen. In less pressing circumstances, I would take issue with your methods, but I cannot deny your efficacy. The people of Battahl are beginning to see that they must stand together if they are to survive this calamity. We shall see the fruits of your labors when the time comes to evacuate. At the very least, we need not expect too much opposition to the announcement. Pray, return to Empress Nadinia and apprise her of your doings. I must remain here to ensure no further squabbles arise. Heavens only know how many lives you have saved this day. I hope you will accept this humble reward for your efforts.
What say we report back to Empress Nadinia? Her Majesty ought be willing to commence the evacuation now.
Understood.
Places such as this ought to be protected.
I know not what to call it, but a miracle. Empress Nadinia has returned to us from beyond the veil of death. Her Majesty has begun her supplications. She prays for the world to be delivered from its doom. I must ask you to wait till she has finished, ere you seek an audience with her.
One of our ministers informs us that you have been espied in the city, resolving the people's troubles. You have our gratitude for your efforts, which have doubtless bettered the fate of this nation and its citizenry. Your journey continues, does it not? We wish you good fortune on your travels, wheresoe'er they may take you. Yet, ere we part ways, we would make another request of you. It regards Lord Phasus. Though we have implored the man to join the evacuation, he has staunchly refused to leave this land behind. We thought that he might be more inclined to heed your words, as our own have fallen on deaf ears. Would you be willing to call on him in our stead? Of course, you are free to decline if our proposal is an unwelcome one.
Pray excuse the interruption, Your Majesty, but I fear time is upon us. I would see you prepared for the road ahead.
Indeed. Forgive us, but we must take our leave. Farewell.
That Battahl and the rest down are now safely evacuated. I'm certain we can rely upon Sir Manella to keep the peace.
Outstanding. Pick up every little thing you find, and your pack will soon outweigh you. Well, I know it, yet I cannot seem to resist.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar.
Ah, that's right. I must fetch those paint drops of focus. At last, the puzzle begins to take shape.
Where to now?
Does my lifelong work hold no meaning any longer? I am in no mood to talk, if 'twere not apparent.
I suppose I have little choice but to...
Only person I believe in is myself. Slim pickings of late. And I do it in my touch.
The same is true of you, is it not? We have faith that you will not abandon us in our hour of need.
We've made it then. What's our first order of business, Arisen?
I'd fain aid you, howe'er I may. I'm afraid I must be going now. Thank you again for your aid. I have lost all sense of purpose. Even should this calamity be averted, I would not know what to do.
I am glad your majesty has seen fit to assist the regent.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it? Have we purchased all that we require? We ought to review the contents of our packs, just to be sure. Tis no small wonder that ox carts have ceased operation, given the state of things.
Will the day ever come when we won't be doing one again? I shall not.
Let my magic imbue your weapons with the elements. Focus your strength, Arisen. with me.